There's one right there. That feels good.
There's one. Wow. That's a net full.
There we go.
Good one. Real good one.
Look at that beast.
Beautiful. Got it. Wow, that's a big one, dude.
That's what it's all about, man.
Nice job, you two.
Lund Boats proudly presents the ultimate fishing experience. This week on Lund's The Ultimate Fishing Experience. For Carter Andrews, a highly accomplished international guide, seasoned TV host, and new Lund Pro, East Central Florida has everything he needs. High-quality inshore, nearshore, and deep-sea saltwater fishing, along with the option of world-class largemouth bass fishing right in his backyard. This private access reservoir offers Carter a unique opportunity for a bass of a lifetime. Dammed in the 1960s, this reservoir is part of St. Johns River watershed and produces both giant bass and drinking water for the area. Each clump of grass or piece of wood could hold a Florida black bass of epic proportions. This is Carter's freshwater obsession.
Look at that thing. We're gonna be fishing a 3,000-acre reservoir right in the middle of some of the best big bass habitat in the country. We're gonna be just south of Orlando and north of Okeechobee. So there's a belt in there of, you know, Great Lakes, great habitat, and Florida strain bass that are feeding 12 months of the year. That's how you grow big fish. It's a reservoir that was dammed up back in the 40s for part of a municipality's water system. It's on private property, so it's a pretty unique situation. Recently started managing it for trophy bass. It's part of the St. Johns water system, so all this water is a tea-colored water, which makes the fish black. And that's where that term Florida black bass comes from. You're gonna see them today. These fish are black. Florida is all about grass. This lake is full of grass. So we're gonna join a friend of mine, Lamar Chisholm, who has had access to this lake for a long time. So we're bringing him as kind of our ace in the hole.
No pressure at all.
Between the two of us, we hope to pick it apart and show you guys some of what Central Florida has to offer.
Absolutely. Nice chop on the wind. It'll be a good day.
Every day out here, it's a good day. This is post-spawn. Even though this is May, a lot of parts in the country, bass are spawning or haven't spawned. Our spawn is really December, January, February, a little bit in March, depending on the body of water, but these fish have been off beds for almost 2 months. I like to fish a little bit faster. I'm fishing spinnerbait, swim jig. Lamar is with his tried and true. That's actually not the big easy, that's the
regular one.
The regular easy, which
easy swimmer.
You know, easy swimmer. That's a little bit of top water, a little bit of just subsurface. Matter of fact, the first day I ever came out fishing with Lamar, I love telling this story. I jump in the boat with him, and he had 4 rods already rigged up, and all 4 of them had the big easy on it. I guess I know we're fishing today, but really effective lure, not only in this reservoir, but in all bodies down here in Florida. It's just you know, it's a great bait for Florida.
I'm confident with it. Confidence is the key to fishing, correct?
There he is. That's a better one.
Yeah. Nettie?
Thank you, Lamar.
Yes, sir.
Wow, man, you got
Nice
a big
fish,
net.
I know. Got a big fish.
Look at that. That was hooked on the outside of his mouth. Lucky I got him. But here's a really nice example, you know, of just kind of an average size fish that we're catching in here. But what I want you to see is how black they are. You know, they're matching their habitat and their surroundings. So we've got this tannic colored water. So you've got a fish that's really, really dark on his back, a little bit lighter on the belly. And the bigger these fish get, you'll start seeing yellow around their mouths and stuff. All right. And that's the way we like to do it. You might look around this water and try to figure out where to cast because there is so much grass. Right now, I'm like to focus on some of the more, you know, consolidated groups of grass. And if I get a bite or two in an area, I might fish around all of it. But we've got a lot of grass. This is Kissimmee grass. It's nice because you can fish right through this stuff. A lot of times, you know, the fish will climb over the grass eating that spinnerbait. I'm not afraid to throw right in the middle of this stuff. All it takes is that blade just turning over. Lamar can fish through that really well with that. Big easy. It just slides through the grass. They will be in the open water, but they're definitely orienting around grass.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly.
There he is.
Yes, Lamar. Good fish?
Pretty good.
You need a hand with him?
I'll be all right, I think.
You're a boat flipper. What'd you catch him on?
I went back to the easy and dead stuck it.
Really?
Yep. Just run it off the edge and then stop.
Lamar, how long have you been fishing this lake?
I was fortunate as a kid to be able to fish the reservoir when I was very young, probably like 8, 9, 10 years old. The timber in the reservoir was alive at that time. It's totally different where it is now. All the standing timber you see out there was live. We were fishing palm trees, oak trees. You know, I can't tell you how many, we call them specks, but crappie that we've caught in palmettos out here. It was just incredible. Every tree had a fish 3 to 10, 11, 12 pounds on it back in the day, and you would catch them on top water. And it was just incredible. I was very fortunate to be able to do that, and very fortunate now to be back associated with it and to see it changing. And we've done the drawdown, it's come back, and the fish have really come back strong in the last year. So the future is bright for the reservoir, that's for sure. Got him? There we go. Oh yeah.
Nice fish. Big, big fish. Ready?
Yep.
Oh,
look at
yes.
there now.
Woo! Thanks, Lamar.
What I'm talking about.
How about that? Look at the size of that mouth.
Look at that.
This is how we grow them in Florida, guys. Just like that. Outstanding. Wow.
What a quality fish.
That's what I'm talking about. Just what we were looking for. Florida black bass, come get you some. Look at this fish. Wow. I mean, still morning. We're catching them. It's taking your time. There's so much cover in here. Just because you didn't get bit on that side of the tree doesn't mean he's not on the other side of the tree. So you got so many targets. You just got to stay focused and feel confident what you're fishing. I went from fishing the spinnerbait, which in this heavy cover was having a little bit more trouble. And now I'm throwing my chatterbait. Yeah, I like gold. This tannic water, the black and gold, just mimics the shiner so well.
That's why he throws that chatterbait, spinnerbait.
You know, anymore there's so many pieces of equipment that we can use to our advantage. A trolling motor is almost a must. And the other thing I feel like that I can't live without are the power poles. I can come into an area like this, use a trolling motor to position me, all right? And I'm gonna be able to drop my power poles right now. I'm gonna double tap that down. They're gonna set themselves. Lamar's got a giant too.
Oh, get off that tree. Come on, come on. Yeah, coming out. I don't think I'll boat flip this
All right,
one.
I'm gonna.
There we go.
Wow! Wow! Those are two back-to-back fish. Mine and yours. Look at that. And you know what? Two totally different techniques.
Totally different bites. Threw it in a pocket inside that brush, just like what Carter was saying. You don't know if they're on this side of the tree, that side of the tree, which side. I threw it in totally different bite, swam it out about 2 foot, stopped it, and she took off with it. Then it's fun fighting them, pulling them out of the timber. That's the part, getting them out of that wood. So, great fish. Got me wet.
I like getting a shower in the
back to
morning
back.
on a fish like that. Back to back. As I was saying before, Lamar just hooked that fish. The nice thing about in today's age of bass fishing, there are so many things that we can use to our advantage. A trolling motor is pretty much a must. The other thing I like having on my boat, besides my main engine, my Mercury, are power poles. So I position myself with my trolling motor, I drop my power poles, and now I can fish this whole little pocket, pick it apart, and all of this in front of me. I could take my time. I could fish 2 or 3 different baits through all of this. If I don't get bit, maybe throwing my chatterbait through there, I could pick up and flip this stuff. So the power poles are especially in shallow water anchoring system. Yes, you can spot lock, but then your trolling motor is bumping in and out. Power poles, I don't leave home without them. Well, I don't really know where to start. We're gonna talk about my life fishing. You know, my earliest memories are literally fishing farm ponds in Tennessee. I would go to the river with my dogs. I was fishing, you know, push button Zebcos. I would dig worms on the way there, and I would go spend the entire day at ponds or on the Harpeth River. I grew up on the Harpeth River in Nashville, Tennessee. That evolved into more and more fishing. I had a good friend whose dad was a really, really accomplished bass fisherman. I would go spend the weekends with them at Center Hill, Dale Hollow, Cordell Hall. From there, I went to the Smoky Mountains with my family and started doing a little bit of fly fishing. And then I found myself in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Met a guy named Jeff Currier. He managed Jack Dennis Sports. Jack Dennis has a dozen fly tying manuals. He's, you know, one of those legendary guys. Jeff offered me a job guiding. So that's really where it started as a career. I was guiding trout in Jackson, Wyoming. During that time, as I was developing my clients, I started doing a lot of destination travel, whether it was in Argentina, Mexico, Russia, Brazil, Bahamas. I'm taking my clients to the destination, staying at a lodge. It's a great way as a fishing guide to get experience doing other things. And then I decided I want to live that experience. I found a little place in the southern Bahamas called Crooked Island, and over a period of 12 years built that into not just a phenomenal bone fishery with some great guides, but also the inshore fishing. And then one thing led to another, and it was the offshore fishing. And I got into fishing for the wahoo, the tuna, and the marlin. It's where I met Jose Wahebe. He came down to do shows, and during my career before he passed away, we did 12 shows together. Caught Hosea's first blue marlin. I mean, that's one of the greatest shows I ever did, was catching him something that he hadn't caught before. Anyhow, he's not with us anymore, but he is in spirit. From there, you know, Crooked Island was just a playground. There was very little pressure, so whenever you did anything right, it immediately produced. One thing led to another, and next thing I know, I was in Panama, working for a great man who had 16 islands, 25 miles off the coast. And Panama is probably the greatest combination of offshore and inshore fishing in the world. So I got to do 5 years in Panama. And then my show started. I got the opportunity to have my own fishing show. I just finished up my 10th season of The Obsession of Carter Andrews. The great thing about it is I get to travel the world fishing for some of the most exciting and exotic game fish known to man. And that's a dream come true. If you have a passion in whatever it is in life, mine happened to be fishing, just go do it. Don't wait. Don't say I'll do it later. Do it now. All right, let's go fishing.
Right on, man. I got one. He's way over here. Oh. Wrapped around that log. Come on, get off that. There, we got him airborne.
I'm going all the way around.
All right, the Florida jungle, right?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to flip off here, right? There we go.
And that's the way that's done. That's how we catch them in Florida.
That's it. That's how you get her done, right? New meaning to flying fish, right? The freshwater kind.
I just completed my 10th season of The Obsession of Carter Andrews, primarily a saltwater show. But that doesn't mean I don't like all types of fishing. One of my best partners I have is Mercury. Well, when I was talking to Mercury about the bass fishing in the area and some of my plans, one of their sister companies under Brunswick is Lund. And they said, you know, Carter, why don't we talk to Lund about boats? And, you know, a Lund boat to me, I grew up watching In Fisherman, watching the Linders, and I figured, you know what? If the Linders can fish in a Lund, I can fish in a Lund. This 1975 Renegade really meets everything I need. I didn't need a 21-foot boat because I'm in a lot of tight, heavy cover areas here in Florida. So this boat is lighter, it's more maneuverable, yet I still have a giant deck up here. And because it's a modified V, two of us can stand side by side up here on the bow and fish. I've got two jump seats in the back. I've got a giant live well. And if you're like me, you like to have a lot of rods. I think there are 10 tubes in there. And then on either side, I have, I mean, you could fit a body in there. Maybe not my body, but Lamar could probably get in there.
Yeah,
but,
it's huge.
It's just big, and it's a comfortable boat for running. I'm not in really big water, so I didn't need a big water boat. I just needed a good platform to fish from. That's what this 1975 Renegade does for me. It really meets everything that I need.
Oh, Carter got him.
It's a good one.
Freaking big one.
Pull and drag.
Oh, here we go. They get the net out.
That's the first fish pull and drag today. I'm in a tree.
Feel him?
I still feel him,
Oh, yeah.
but he's out.
Here he comes.
It feels pretty heavy. Oh my God. Yeah, baby! What a sick!
That's what I'm talking about.
God! Oh my, Lamar, I stole your fish. I'm sorry, buddy.
That's all right, no.
I'm sorry, buddy.
That's
I couldn't help it.
Look at that. Look at
Oh my God.
Look at that. Huh? Awesome. What a freaking day. What a way to end the day, huh?
Are you kidding me? I mean, the only reason we caught that fish was because we're in a Lund boat.
Exactly. Only way we could get around to catch it.
I mean, truthfully, this is why you can call Florida one of the greatest big bass destinations in the country, right here. You saw it today. Look at this fish. Spinnerbait bite, giant largemouth. Look at the mouth. Look, look. Look at this. My fist fits in his mouth. Great fish. If you missed it, let me just tell you what happened. Lamar was burning his top water in by that tree so it didn't get wrapped on the tree. The fish boiled on it. I threw my spinnerbait in there and I stole his fish.
No, you didn't
good
steal
job,
it.
buddy.
Hey, what a hell of a
Good
fish,
job, man.
Huh? What a heck of a fish.
Look at that thing. Look at that. A Florida black bass. Yeah!
Giant.
Wow.
Woo-wee.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like more information, check out lundboats.com or these other online outlets.